First morning, we're in the country roads, and we got this one over here. What are we doing, Jacob? What are we doing?
Driving.
He is driving for the first time on the road. He's going to take us to church now. It takes us about 10 minutes to get there. We're leaving 30 minutes early, so we're going to make sure we got plenty of time. I'm really not a bunny because around here they shoot bunnies. We're going to go on. So if you see this video, we survived. Let's go.
Why is it so far?
So we made it to church because you saw the kids got some gifts at church. Kylie's bailed on us. Look at this. Back seat is empty. Kyleigh just completely bailed out and decided she was going to ride back with her nanny and granddaddy. If that tells you how the trip here was.
Bro, it wasn't that bad.
So, at least one of the three of us should make it back to put this video out maybe. So if you don't see us after this clip, you know it's just Kyleigh. So, we're going to go on the road. Now, before we get too deep into this week's video, I want to talk to you guys directly for a minute. Now, this channel started as The Roaming Dad, and that name made sense at the time. It was the beginning of our journey. But over the years, this life has become bigger than a title, bigger than a label, and bigger than just one chapter. What we're really living isn't just RV life. It's freedom. It's a movement. It's choosing experiences over addresses. And that's why this channel is becoming Life Unrooted. Same family, same road, same honesty. It's just a name that finally fits the life we're actually living. This isn't a reset. It's an evolution. If you've been here from the beginning, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for growing with us. And if you're new, welcome to Life Unrooted. Now let's get back to the adventure. Happy, cloudy, dreary Monday morning. Almost afternoon, because I'm not a morning person. So, I do have my Dr. Pepper this morning getting me up and moving. Jacob's got his up here, somewhere up there. I think there he is, right there. There he is. He's got two Dr. Peppers because he's bringing one up to the house for his sister. So, we're going to go get moving and go to town, go to Costco, brave the crowd, do a little bit of last minute Christmas shopping. And then it's going to warm up later this week because it's going to be almost, actually, it's going to be over 70 degrees on Christmas Day. Can you believe that mess? Over 70 on Christmas Day. I guess it's better than freezing cold and snow. A lot of people want a white Christmas. I like warmth, so let's go brave the crowd. So you see Jacob made this drive yesterday to church and back on the country roads, which again we're here right now. But we're about to go to Huntsville, Alabama, into a city. Joker thinks he's gonna drive. He's like, I'm driving. We want to make it to Christmas. So, my oldest child over here has been begging for Olive Garden for months. We haven't been near one. And I told her we weren't doing this today. And I don't know what got into me on the way down here. I had to change of heart. And I came all the way across Huntsville to Olive Garden through all that traffic and insanity that I just put up with for that little girl right there. So, let's check this out. All right, Olive Garden down. Wasn't bad. Had a little trouble understanding our server. She's obviously not from around these parts. It's always interesting when we go places across this country and we sit and you can't help but listen to other people at times. And I'm a people watcher anyway. They got bobbleheads on their dash. But anyway, I'm a people watcher anyway. And I have to wonder, we got into this conversation of where some of the sayings and things come from that people have in different areas of the country. Because In the South, especially, they have their entire own vocabulary and way of speaking. Like we heard someone say, I told them to cut on the light. I always wonder where something like that came from, because how do you cut a light and make it come on? When you cut, you think of a knife or scissors or whatever. I could get flip it on or turn on the light or even flip the switch or something like that. But cut it on, somebody help me understand this. We're gonna go fight some more traffic. Nothing like finishing out a Christmas shopping day with some free stuff. We got vanilla iced coffee from Chick-fil-A. I've never tried their iced coffee from Chick-fil-A, much less the vanilla. Not usually a big vanilla fan, but it's pretty good. And sustenance, we have a Chick-fil-A sandwich. All free. This is another reason I tell people all the time, you gotta download these apps when you're gonna be eating at places anyway. Use the apps. This was just part of their 12 Days of Christmas thing where you logged in, just open the app once a day. When we were in Atlanta, we got the chicken sandwich on one day. I got the iced coffee on another day. So here I am finishing up Christmas shopping and gonna have coffee and lunch free on Chick-fil-A. So always download the apps. I know it seems like you're giving out information constantly, but anybody wants your information's got it anyway. So the days and times of worrying about who knows what is far gone and over. There's no sense in worrying about that anymore. So we use the apps for everywhere we go. Chick-fil-A, we go through a lot. Chick-fil-A, McDonald's. I know. Don't say it. It's not healthy for us, but I mean, especially the McDonald's, but it's so convenient and so good when we're on the road. And I mean, Jesus chicken. I mean, if we weren't meant to have Jesus chicken, it wouldn't be here for us. So download the apps and get your free stuff. I'm going to enjoy some Chick-fil-A. Well, good morning. Merry Christmas. Dr. Pepper time. See, look, I like Santa Claus now. I'm bringing extra Dr. Pepper. Jacob's already texting me, wake up, it's Christmas. So I've got to go up here to the house where they're at and see if Santa Claus came, see what he brought us. Let's go see what showed up. So Santa Claus didn't get cookies here because the cookies came out a little large and soft. So Santa Claus got a mini cake. Santa Claus ate half the cake. They were good, but I don't know. I guess Santa Claus had too many cookies all night long, so he only ate half of it. But now we're just waiting on Kyleigh. We found a Kyleigh, but I think she's still a zombie. See? It doesn't move very much. You can tell she's getting older because I told her it was Christmas. Apparently it took us 3 or 4 times to wake her up. She stayed in bed. Jacob was up bright and early, bouncing off the walls. Here we go. Here comes Geo. He's going to come see us too. Alright, so now time to have a little fun. We're going to try to repair this windshield that got cracked and save it from spreading before it gets cold. So we got this Permatex windshield repair kit that I got at AutoZone, and not something I've ever done before, but seems to be pretty easy. Watched the videos on it, got instructions. I think I can follow instructions, so I'm gonna go get a stool. Try that first before I get up here. Hold on. Alright, so it's the first thing I'm supposed to do is take this little push pin thumbtack, clean out anything that might be in there. I think I already got most of that out. And then clean with alcohol swab. Back off. It says to put this on. Making sure that that is in the center and that is pointed upward. Peel that off and put this on. Press down, make sure there's no air bubbles. Take this little resin stuff here. Put this down in there. And make sure we save a little bit for the end. Twist it into the pedestal. Hold it in. Pull this up to the top lock spot. Then we lock that in place, it says, for at least 10 minutes. So we'll be back in cloudy. We'll call it 15 minutes. All right, so I actually didn't end up recording the part where I pulled it out and reset the thing, but it's been now about an hour or so. So we're going to come back here. Syringe is out. So I don't think that resin was supposed to go everywhere. Hold on, because it definitely went crazy right there. Looks better already. Put a little resin there. And then we put this over. At this point, it says we let it sit in the sunlight for 15 minutes because it's a UV setting. But there's no sun out. It's all cloudy. So that means we're more like an hour or more here to let this set before we peel that off. So we're going to do that. We're going to wait and move on to something else, but may still see the cracks and such. But the hope is when it gets cold, it's not going to spread and crack the whole windshield again like before. If it does, I guess we'll get a new windshield. So I guess that's one of the joys of being a Florida resident is there's never a deductible on windshields. Doesn't matter what your deductible is on your comp and collision. On windshields, it's always zero. So really don't want to do that, so we just did it. Hopefully this works and it'll be a $20 fix. And it'll hold. We'll see. Fingers crossed. Let me show you what the next issue is going to be. My next task is, you can see my vinyl insert trim here on the bottom is broken and coming out. And then up at the top, you can see it's actually broken and split right here. And so we're going to clean all this up back in through here, rerun that strip. We're going to go ahead and do it on both sides. And then we're going to clean up and touch up across the cap up here. You can see where it's actually breaking apart, potential water getting an avenue to come in there. So we're going to deal with all that. All right, we're about to lose our daylight. So this thing sat on here about an hour and 15 minutes or so. So let's get it off and see how we are. All right, well, not as great as I thought it would be, but it's better than it was. It's here. So you're not seeing it like we were before. Let's look from the inside. You can still definitely tell it here on the inside. Right there. Better than it was. Feels filled in. As long as it doesn't crack when it gets cold, we'll be good. So maybe that did the thing. So this is getting dark. We'll wait till tomorrow and dealing with the other part. So for now. Well, so unfortunately the weather decided it wasn't going to play nice with me getting in and finishing out the things that needed to be done on replacing that vinyl trim insert on the back of the camper and resealing the rear cap. So I guess now I have to wait because here tomorrow we'll see what happens, but maybe I'll be able to get into it tomorrow. It's just been a misty rain for the last couple of days. If not, Monday and Tuesday it starts getting down into the 20s and even teens at night, and I'm certainly not going to be getting outside during the day dealing with that. So it may be later in the week, this next week, before I get a chance to get out and do it. So in the meantime, I have been working through some potential planning for an epic road trip for this summer, late spring, early summer, to an epic destination that you're not going to want to miss as we kick off what it truly means to live life unrooted. So make sure that you hit the button, like, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell so you know when new videos come out. We put out a new video every Sunday evening, early evening, late afternoon, depending on what part of the country you're in. So we're really making that transition from just being about specific destinations and this is a trail or this is a park or whatever, to more truly showing you what it's like to live life unrooted on the road as a full-time RV travel family. And not just a travel family, but from my point of view, as a full-time single dad of 2 teenagers, homeschooling them on the road. So stick around for the journey. We appreciate your follow. We'll see you next week.